Hello everybody. This is the first installment of Couch Time with Mikko, and I just had an idea that I could have this playlist that I could tell you how I am feeling, how I see God working in my life, and basically some things about my Christian faith. What's inspired me to do this playlist is that I follow a lot of people out there that have nothing to do with churches, but they are sharing their Christian faith, and I want to just be a bit like that. And today what I'll do is I'll be reading a portion of the Bible. What's really amazing to me is that this passage was written between 740 and 700 years BC. So this is ancient history from today's perspective. And as a child, I didn't really like to study history at all. But the ultimate history book is the Bible. And the passage I'm talking about is Isaiah 53. And I'll be reading out of the New King James Bible. And it goes like this. Who has believed our report, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. He has no form or comeliness, and when we see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we did not esteem him. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we esteem him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement for our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He was led as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before its shearers is silent. So he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment. And who will declare his generation? For he was cut off from the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people he was stricken. And they made his grave with the wicked, but with the rich at his death. Because he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He has put him to grief. When you make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hand. He shall see the labor of his soul and be satisfied. By his knowledge my righteous servant shall justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. Therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bore the sin of many, and made intercession for the transgressors. So that was Isaiah 53. And if you want to contemplate or to think about this passage, who do you think that was talking about? Has any of this, or has all of it, taken place later on in the timeline? And if I could suggest, you could go to the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. I believe all of them do talk about this passage as when Jesus was going through his trials, when he was in front of Pilate, how he kept his mouth closed and didn't speak, how he was crucified on the cross, how he died, how he came back to life. And if we put our faith in him to ask the Holy Spirit to come into our lives and ask Jesus to forgive us, He has promised to forgive us of all of our transgressions. And my prayer is that even one person would come to know the loving God, because this world is spinning out of control, but we can have the peace that the Bible talks about, the peace to know that we will spend eternity with that loving God that wants us to just ask Him to come into our lives. So, sorry I got a little bit emotional there, but I do have a heart to speak to other people, and I just need the courage to do this. So if this did impact you, leave a comment. If you have different ideas, if you want me to read different portions, let me know. And as the months go on, I'll try to give different information on the health benefits of the foods we grow, and scriptures that can confirm that God is the one that is in control of everything. Everyone, have a great day, and I will see how this goes and when the next video will be. Bye for now.